It is the worst day of the entire cruise. It is so sad and so emotional. You will see grown people crying. Welcome, Disney Cruisers, to this video. I am Ashley. Thank you for stopping by. I get video requests multiple times a day, and some of them overlap and they're the same thing, but I was so shocked to see how many people wanted to know about the debarkation process when you get off the ship. And then I got to thinking, well, you know, when I went on my first cruise, I really didn't know much about the last day either, and I remember getting paperwork on it and I was trying to read it and I was so stressed out and worried about the fact that I was going to do something wrong or get locked in jail. So I get it. I don't think there's very much out there about what you're supposed to do on the very last day. Of course, once you've been on a cruise before, you probably will know what to expect. Maybe this video will bring you a little bit of new information to you as well. If you're already a part of our Disney Cruisers family, then give me a thumbs up down below with the thumb down there. And if you have not subscribed yet, then you totally should subscribe because this is the best channel on YouTube. And don't you want to be notified every time I post a video? For real, getting off the ship in the morning is sad. The night before you get off the ship in the morning, that's sad too. You think that's really sad until you wake up and you have to really get off the ship. That's so awful. It's so awful. Seriously, you will see lots of people crying. If I'm on your cruise, don't look at me because I'll be crying. My kids are so sad on that last morning. It's heartbreaking. Everyone's so sad. And the cast members are standing at the exit, waving their Mickey hands goodbye. And they're all happy and cheerful and have a great day. I'm really? Have a great day, says the person who gets to stay on the cruise ship that I want to stay on. But anyways, just doing their job. I know. And they're great at it. So let's talk about the process of getting off the ship. And we'll start with the night before. On your turn down service, the night before you get off, you will find a piece of paper laying on your bed that tells you kind of the rules and what is really happening in the morning. Sometimes you will find a custom sheet. I think one time we didn't have a custom sheet and they said that they weren't giving them to everybody, only if you requested one. So you may or may not get that. And then also you'll have luggage tags on your bed. You'll probably start off with 4 luggage tags and you can ask for more if you need more. But your luggage tags will have a cute little character on them and they will be color coded. Every single one of your luggage tags should be the same character and the same color. You will then put these on your suitcases and you need to take off all the other old tags you have, whether it's from your flight or from when you were boarding the ship on your first day. Oh wait, let's back up. You have a decision you need to make. There are 2 choices you could do for your morning of getting off the ship. First, you can do express walk-off, or your second choice is to just get off when everybody else is getting off and they take your luggage for you. Express walk-off benefits are you can leave the ship when you want to leave the ship. So if you're going to Disney World and you want all day at the parks, you can get there faster. Or say you have an early flight to catch, you're able to get off the ship as soon as it clears and they make the all clear on the PA system, and then you yourself will take all of your luggage off the ship with you and then go through customs. If you choose to not do the express walk-off, then you can pretty much leave the ship whenever you would like in the morning after the all clear, but your luggage is handled differently. If you do express walk-off, you have to do nothing the night before. If you are not doing express walk-off, then you take those luggage tags I was talking about and you put them on your suitcases. Your suitcases have to be out in the hallway by 10 p.m. because the crew members will come around and gather your luggage for you. You do not see your luggage from then on until you get off the ship and it's right before you get in line to go through customs. Something that's very important. If you see people the next morning in their pajamas walking around the atrium exiting the ship, that is because they forgot to leave their clothes out for the next day. And I'm not just making this up, it happens. People do that a lot. Make sure when you are packing up your suitcase, you leave a day bag out. Your day bag needs to have all of your important information like medication, IDs, passports, car keys. These are all the things that you probably had in your day bag when you were first embarking on the ship. Do not forget to leave out your clothes for the next morning. In that case, then you'll probably be putting your pajamas that you wore into the day bag. So make sure you have enough room to put everyone's pajamas in the day bag. Pack all your things, leave your important things and a change of clothes out for every single person in your stateroom for the next morning, or you'll be walking around in your pajamas. And if you want to play a fun little game with your kids the next morning, try and see how many people you can find walking around in their pajamas. Seriously, it happens. If you have late dining the last night of your cruise. Remember, you have to get your luggage out by 10 p.m. Sometimes dinner can take that long, so you should probably get it outside before you go to dinner. Maybe even before you go to the show that evening, because once you go to the show, just so many things happen, bam, 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 that before you know it, it's going to be after 10 and they're not going to be able to take your luggage. It's not the end of the world. That just means that you will have to carry off all of your luggage. So on the night before, you'll get the luggage tags. You'll get your helpful little sheet. It'll tell you everything. On that sheet, it'll also tell you about breakfast. If you are in the main dining seating time for dinner, like the 5:45-ish time, then you are going to be eating around 6 something in the morning for your breakfast. If you have late seating, then you will have breakfast around 8 a.m. the next morning. You go to the restaurant where you had dinner the last night. On the last night, let's say you ate at Enchanted Garden, that's where you go for breakfast. You sit at the same table. If you're sharing a table with people, they'll be there too. It'll be your same serving team. Everything's the same. There's no room service on that last morning. However, I'm getting ready to tell you a super special secret, so don't tell anybody else because I don't want the whole world knowing. But Cabanas is open in the morning. So if you're scheduled to go to breakfast at 6 something in the morning and you don't want to, you can eat breakfast at Cabanas and you don't have to go at 6. You will not see your serving team again, so if that's the case, then the night before, you might want to give your serving team the tip envelopes and say your goodbyes then. Let's talk about your tip envelopes and comment cards. A comment card and tip envelopes will either be left on that last night turndown service or when they just come in to clean your room in the early afternoon. If you've prepaid your tips, then you could put the prepay slip inside of the tip envelope and hand it to your server. If you forget, then it's okay, they still get their money. If you want to add more cash into these envelopes along with your prepaid tips, you can, and then you hand it to your serving team. If you had not prepaid tips, it's already through your onboard account, so you've been paying for them daily. Disney has just been pulling it out of your account, like charging you every day, and then you'll get like a little paper that can go in your envelope that says that you've paid every day, and you can give that to your server team. If you totally forget to do that, or you don't see them anymore, they still get their tips because it's been charged to your account. The comment cards are super important. In fact, your serving team will probably remind you of that on your last night of the cruise. A lot of their review from their job comes from the comment card. You basically want to make sure you give them excellence if that's what you experienced. I normally give our serving team and our room steward excellence every single time. If I had an issue with something on the ship or something with my cruise, on the back of the comment card is it's a space. It's a tiny space, but I sure do fill it up. It's like 4 or 5 lines where you can just fill in and write in comments. And I don't ever do anything specific unless I specifically want to acknowledge like some crew member who went like above and beyond. I don't really talk about the serving team or my room steward there. It's more of like general problems or something I have with the cruise. Like my last couple ones, I wrote the exact same thing because I'm mad at Disney which I think they've stopped this now, but because they keep doubling up the shows, and it made me mad because we go on different ships to see different shows, and when they don't show them all because they double up all the shows, that's not fair. And I don't care about having extra flex time in the evening. I want to see different shows. I go for the shows. I don't want to see everything 2 times in a row. Anyways, can you tell I do not like that? So on my comment card, I've put that every time. Your comment card will be dropped off before you enter your restaurant for breakfast. There's a little box there with a slot in it. You can drop it off there. You can also drop it off at guest services. There's a box there as well. But Disney won't know how to fix things unless you tell them things, so be really honest on your card. But do remember that your serving team and your room steward really, really, really depend on getting excellence. So unless there was like something absolutely crazy that those people, those individuals specifically did, give them excellence. When you go to breakfast in the morning, make sure you take that day bag and everything out of your room. You will not be going back into your room. Everything has to go with you to breakfast. If there's a spot out front, you normally can kind of lay your bag down like on the front stairs or like in the hallway right in front of the restaurant or like a little lobby area. You don't have to, you can take it to the table with you, but you can put it there with everyone else's if you trust people, which I think people trust people on the Disney ship a ton. That morning, Shutters, the photo place, will be open. On that paper that they give you the night before, they'll tell you the times. I think it's normally between 7 and 9. No merchandise or gift shops are open. It's just Shutters. On that sheet, it'll also tell you how to settle your onboard account, all the money that you've spent. There's different ways to do it, whether or not you had cash or you're paying with card. If you do it with cash, you have to do it by a certain time, so make sure you read that paragraph to know what you have to do to settle your account. I usually go down about 10 o'clock the night before and settle my account because I'm not really buying anything else after that. Also know that this is something that might take a little bit of time to do because everyone's doing it. If you had kids in the kids club and they have the magic bands that they wear, if you do not return that the night before in the kids club, you will get charged $12.95 at the time of filming. It's $12.95 that you will be charged to your onboard account for each magic band. And your kids can keep them. They're cute. I mean, they have like a cruise ship and like Captain Mickey on it. They're really cute. So if you want them to keep them, you can for $12.95. Also, if you have Disney Infinity, the game, and you put one on the game console, it'll unlock some of the decorations, the cruise line decorations. So make sure you return those if you don't want to be charged. If you have multiple kids, that can add up quickly. But when you take your kids out of the kids club that last night, just have them cut the little sizer band off, turn them in, and that's all you have to do. You will hear announcements throughout the morning. They start with the fact that the gangways are open and the ship has been cleared, and at that time you are invited to leave the ship if you would like. Then closer to around 8:30, when they know that everyone has pretty much been to breakfast, you will hear an announcement where they're basically asking very nicely, in the fact that it almost is like they're telling you to get off the ship. And then between 9 and 9:30, you will hear an announcement, and then you will also see people forcing you off the ship. So you can pretty much stay till between 9 and 9:30 if you would like, but just know that at that point, you must leave the ship. Once you leave your room, once you leave breakfast, nothing's really open, so there's nothing really to do unless you just wanted to head up and walk around the deck, but you will at that point be like pushed down towards the gangway. When you leave, there's a line in the atrium to get on the gangway. We've been through it very quick where we didn't even stop walking all the way until we got down to where our luggage is. One time the computer stopped working and that was awful. So awful. So they started doing it like with handhelds or something, or manually, I don't know, but we were pretty much moving like a foot every like 5 minutes. So not only were my kids like so sad and I was sad, but we were basically just like having to stand in the atrium forever, just like thinking about how we're standing here doing nothing on the ship when we could be doing stuff. And then not only that, once you get off the ship, then you're on the gangway part, which kind of is like suspended in the air. And there's a lot of people on it, and some have luggage and bags of souvenirs and strollers, and it's just, you wonder how long that thing can hold. I mean, nothing's ever happened, but it's like all glass around you, like windows, and you're just standing there and it gets hot and everyone's not in a good mood. So that was not pleasant because that took a long time. You then go into the area where your luggage is and where you go through customs. There will be on the luggage sections, the colors, they correlate to your luggage tag color. So if you put red luggage tags on your luggage, you go to the big red sign, your luggage will be there somewhere. There will be porters there, usually in orange vests, waiting to help you. If they help you, they will get your luggage for you, carry it for you, put it on a cart if you need it. They will wait with you all through the customs line, walk through customs with you, and then they will continue if you are going to like an Uber or a taxi or a bus or your car. They will take it all the way there for you. This is not a free service. They're expecting a tip. If you do not want to tip them or you have no cash on you, don't get the help. Like, say, it's okay, I got it, I'm fine. They look like they're just gonna, like when you get in there, they're just like gonna be like waiting there for you, like, and then come up to you and say, do you need help? And it's gonna seem like they're just doing it to be nice because that's their job, but no, they also want a tip. And it's a lot of work. If you have a lot of luggage and they're with you for a long time, they probably only get to do like 2 families that whole process. So then you're kind of feeling like, well, what should the tip be? Like, I mean, it should be like $15, $20, $25, $30. If you choose not to get a porter, you just go get your luggage yourself, you wait in the customs line, and then you go through customs, and then you're out into the world and you can go to your transportation. The process could take a long time. It could be really quick. I'm pretty sure Disney says if you're getting a flight out, that your flight doesn't leave until at least after 12 o'clock because the process could be a slow process. So yes, this is the worst day of your cruise, but just know that means the next time you're on a cruise ship, it'll be at the start of your vacation, and I'll be very happy because you know you're gonna go on another one. So that's what I just keep telling my kids every time. I'm like, we'll be back again, we'll be back again. And you know, in their little mind, like, but when? We don't know when we're gonna be back. So I hope this video helped you figure out what you're supposed to do when you get off the ship. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below and I will answer them. I see all of your comments and I love talking to you guys. Put them in the comments below and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this, cruisers. See you real soon.